to join us and be with us. So my name, if we're doing introductions, my name is Marlon Brown. I have the blessing of being able to serve as the PAC chair for this year for our school. And we're just really excited to meet you and welcome you to the school and get to know you a little bit. I also see we have some other teachers and staff members. Hello, Miss Holliday. I have my children's teacher here. But yeah, Lori, I don't know who got a chance to introduce themselves so far, but we'd love to get to know you more. So if you can share your name, child's name and grade, just some of the basic information where you live, and that'd be awesome.
Okay. Let's see. Monica, of course, it's my top row, but the whole top row except for Christina, you didn't share. Go ahead. I'll have you share.
Marlon, I was putting it in the chat. Okay, so my name, my kid, and who else?
Here, I'll hijack the share screen for 1 sec, because I put it in a little slide to make it easier.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll start talking. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris. I am a parent here at CPA. My daughter has been at CPA for 2 years now, and she's a 7th grader. We love it. It fits our lifestyle very, very well. We have been blessed to be under Carol Robinson. So you see her kind of in the middle of the screen here, and it's been an excellent experience. I'm also part of the PAC team, and we're going to talk about that in a little while. And I don't see your slide, Marlon. What was the last thing?
I didn't want to cut you off, but.
No, you're fine. I live in Tennessee. Where do you live? What do you do for work? Oh, I am, my husband and I were in ministry for a long time. Currently, we're taking a little break from ministry and we're in the tech world. So I work for a tech company out in New York City. What do I do for fun? We like to bike ride and be outside. And why CPA? It's an excellent fit for our family. We have had a great experience with Carol, and my daughter's thriving in the environment. So it's really been good for us.
Definitely. Awesome. I'll periodically pop that screen back up there for you, but I'm going to start going in order of my screen. And if you've already gone, just let me know. But top row, Monica, you've gone. Yes. Okay. Mrs. Ariaga.
Hello, I'll go ahead and reintroduce myself. So I am Mrs. Ariaga, and I have been here at our school for 6 years. I am the Spanish teacher who works with all of our full-time students and our part-time students, even though we have 3 other teachers who are also bilingual. But my primary job here at our school is to be our Spanish teacher, and I absolutely love it. My husband is also one of our teachers here at our school. He's one of our full-time teachers. He's actually upstairs teaching one of his students in Japan. And we currently live in Southern California. We just bought a house in Menifee, which is part of Riverside County. We moved out of Orange County, and we love CPA. We've been with CPA for obviously a couple of years, and we're just so blessed to teach your children, to work with you, to support your children. And we have awesome leadership at our school and wonderful teachers who are colleagues and who are very supportive. So we pray and hope that you continue to stay with us. And if there's any questions that you have in regards to how our Spanish program works, how our Spanish workshops work, please let me know, and I'd be more than happy to speak with you via Zoom or via email. Thank you. Gracias.
Marlon, I'm going to interrupt for just a second. So in the chat, everybody, is a PDF file. That's the agenda for tonight. It's also going to have some links in it too, for your reference. So if you cannot open it, just send me a quick message on the side and I'll help you out. Sorry, Marlon, go ahead.
Oh, no, please interject at any time, Chris. All right, Mrs. Holliday.
I was reading the agenda. I got caught off guard. It's good. Well, I'll keep it quick. This is my 3rd year. I'm Suzanne Holliday, and I love CPA. My children are already adults, so these are now like my other children that I get to teach. And why CPA for me, this really works for my schedule too. I have elderly parents that I am trying to help care for, as well as my family here. And we are also church planters. And so we live in Redondo Beach in LA County and are planting a church here. So it's nice to see you.
What do you like to do for fun?
I like to go to Disneyland because I didn't get to I lived in London for almost a decade. And so I missed out on some fun Disneyland trips. And I like to hang out with my husband and just because he's always fun. So pretty much anything that I do with him is fun.
Awesome. Very good. We're going to continue with introductions, but I see that Mr. Beck, you're here. So I want to give you a chance at the beginning here to introduce yourself and let people know who you are. And
thanks, Marlon. Yeah, I'm Jared Beck. I'm the school's director and founder. This is my 14th year here. So some days I know what I'm doing. And others a little bit lost. I just got in from Israel on Sunday, so a little bit jet lagged. So forgive me if I seem a little slow today. And I just came back from the post office, dropping off some transcripts for William and getting them over to his university. But yeah, I love our school and I love our students. I love the families we work with, our board, our parent committee. It's really it's unusual. It's a win-win-win. And so really proud of our school community and grateful that God has me here, and looking forward to get to know some of the new families coming in too.
awesome. Thank you. Guys, we do have a large crowd here, so we want to make sure that we try and give everyone a chance to introduce themselves. But we will speed through the introductions a little bit, just because we don't want to keep you here till midnight, depending on where you're at. It might even be into the wee early morning hours. I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll keep moving along. And Kelly Camareno, I butchered that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've been called Mrs. Colorado, Mrs. Camaro, which I love Camaros. So it's totally fine. I'm Kelly Camareno. Nice to meet you all and see some of you that I know. I live in San Diego and I have 3 grown daughters and 7 grandchildren, and I like to go sailing in the bay, and I have a new hobby of ham radio. So yeah, I'll keep it brief.
Very cool. All right. Next on my screen is Angelie Peter.
Hi, it's actually her mom, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
And, we're from Hi, Marlon. We're from Kailua, Hawaii, on the windward side of Oahu, and this is her 2nd year at CPA, and we absolutely love it. We tell everybody about it, about the school, about her teachers. Hi, Mr. Z. And we especially love Mr. Z. He's so patient and compassionate towards us and our situation. I suffer from a lot of health issues, and gosh, it's been a struggle, but because we've got God on our side, and He is the author and finisher of our lives and the great physician, we just keep it moving every single day, and so does Angelie. And we appreciate all the people that do come into our lives, and we know we're super blessed. And if I could just share one thing to all of you, is that God is so good, and prayer is powerful. In the name of Jesus, including His name alone, it says in the Bible that the enemy will tremble at the sound of His name. That is so powerful, so mighty in just His name alone, that could you imagine just Himself and how He speaks and commands things? And prayer really can get us through a lot of things. And I would just encourage you folks to remember whoever is placed on your heart, because it's because of the Holy Spirit that does that. places people on your heart, and keep our school in your prayers, and our directors and our leaders, because they're under attack every single day, much more than we can imagine, because they're doing God's work. And so if we can just stand together in agreement, in the mighty name of Jesus, we can get through anything as a school, as a body, as one with Christ. And so I thank you all for loving us and being our dear friends, and just being with us, period. And thank you to the Beck family and Mrs. White and all of Angeli's teachers. And that's pretty much all.
Hi, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hi.
so good to hear your voice. Carol Robinson. I think you're still on mute. Yep.
Yes, I do have that habit. I'm Carol Robinson. This is my second year. I live in Northern California, and I enjoy the drives out here where it's very remote, and I live on a lake that enables me to do some wonderful walking, and I have some great students. Thank you.
Definitely. Welcome. Jamie Russell.
Hi, I'm Jamie Russell. I'm one of the teachers here. I think I've been here for 10 years, a little while. I have 3 kids. One of my youngest is in 6th grade, and he attends here at our school, and the other 2 are in public school. I'm a recent transplant to South Carolina, so I live there now. And our family enjoys camping and bike riding together, and I like gardening.
Very cool.
Got it.
Thanks. Kelly Hudson.
Hey, I'm Kelly Hudson. This is Doug. This will be our first semester. Today was our first day ever at CPA. We're excited. It's also our child's birthday, so I think we missed a lot and didn't get everything right, but we're going to try again tomorrow. And we are from Nashville, Tennessee, and we are on sabbatical in Costa Rica. So hello, Tennessee. I saw you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to connect later. And I look forward to
I'm in Clarksville.
Awesome. Well, welcome and happy birthday. Yes, round of happy birthdays to your child. All right. Let's go to Clint. Kyle.
You're muted, Mr. Kyle.
Thank you so much. I'm going to get there, guys. Thank you, Marlon, for that. So my name is, obviously, as you know, Clint Kyle. I've moved to Florida 2 years ago from South Africa with my family. And my boy Jesse is in 7th grade at Calvary. And Jack, my youngest son, is going to be hopefully joining us the next year. But obviously, well, not obviously, but I really love fishing because we have some of the best places here. I love reading, and I absolutely, this is my first year here at CPA, but I've just absolutely loved the school. And just love meeting the students, love meeting the parents, love meeting the staff that I work with. And so it's just, yeah, it's been a fantastic year and just very good to meet all of you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Britt Ritchie.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back in school. Thanks, Marlon.
Yeah.
Hey, this is really great just to listen. Now it's my turn. So my first name is Britton, like the country, and it's like the hyphenated part is Richie Zavaleta. So first part Irish, second part Basque. I don't know what, but the Zavaleta part's fun. So you can just say that if you want.
I wasn't even gonna touch
yeah,
it. That's why.
Yeah. It's your tongue will like saying it, the Zavaleta part. It's fun. I'm one of the full-time teachers here. I'm a little goofy tonight, so forgive that. It's been a long day. Love online teaching. I used to work for a National University virtual high school. I did that for 13 years, and I've been here for 4 years. I love this place. On Mondays, I tell my wife, hey, I just had a whole day of school, and I'm happy. It turns out I really like my job. So, they have these statistics that, 70% of people hate their job or something. And I feel like I'm just not one of those people at all. So it's wonderful to work here. Really glad to do that. My hobbies are eating really spicy food. I have a garden and I grew these really hot jalapenos. And so I pickled those and I eat them almost every night. I play guitar badly, but that's my hobby. Trying to get better at that. And then what's the other thing I wrote down here? I had to write them down. I have a sketchbook. So that's my new hobby for this year. So my wife is a good artist. So for date nights, we sketch, and I forced her to look at my artwork. So that's it. But I love your kids, and it's been a blessing to work here. Thanks, Marlon.
Thank you. Kalangwa.
Yeah. My name is Kalangwa. I live in Uganda in Africa, the pearl of Africa now. And I have 4 kids. Leah, who was in Calvary Preparatory Academy, and now she's at the university enjoying all that the feedback of Calvary, and she's shining there, and everybody is giving me a good report. So that means that Calvary Preparatory Academy is a good school. I have my son, Richard Mutangi, as you know. He's a senior, he's in grade 12. We're going to celebrate in June as he be ready to go at the university also. And my third child is called Benjamin Maloba. He's in grade 10. And my little girl, I love so much my little girl, Kathleen. She's in grade 8. So as you know, Calvary Preparatory Academy is a blessing for me, a blessing. And my wife was saying she's already in the heaven, seeing Jesus face to face. But while she was in hers, she was saying that Calvary is a blessing for our family. We don't have words to express what is passing in our heart, because it's such a blessing for us. And I love everybody, our parents, ambassador committee team. I love everybody, beginning by my friend, President Marlo, and everybody, our Secretary Chris, and everybody. I love all the teachers. I love all the staff, the administrative, our director, Jared. I love him so much. And I don't know what he has seen in Israel. You're going to talk a bit about his trip. I'd be very happy to hear about that. And as you know, I want to speak about someone, Kim, my sister. I love her so much. And you all guys, I love you. So if you give me time to talk, I'm a journalist. I'm going to talk a lot, talk and talk and talk. So me, I like mathematics because I learned it at university, but now I like very much the Bible. If you like the Bible too, we are friends. We can share together verses and try to see what our Lord is saying in the Holy Scripture. So I love you too much. So much love to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.
William.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is William Miyazaki, and I'm a senior here at Calvary. I've been at the school from 7th grade, so it's been a long journey, but I've enjoyed I would say every moment of it. There was some tough parts with my schoolwork at the same time, but my teacher, Mrs. White, helped me through it, and Mrs. Arriaga helped me with Spanish, and Mrs. Russell helped me with math. So I'm just so blessed with everyone who's been supporting me, and I can't believe I'm in the senior year. But yeah, thank you all for coming today, and I'm really grateful to be here.
So here's what we're going to do, because like I said, we still have a lot more people, and that probably to get to everyone would take the rest of our time. If you are new to CPA, can you use, if you know how, just your reaction selections and raise your hand? Give me a virtual raise hand, because I want to make sure that we get to you guys. So give your actions, and you can, if you haven't had a chance, just go ahead. Either put a thumbs up, raise hand, just like I did.
There's one in the chat too, Marlon.
There's one in the chat. Okay, thanks, Chris. Yep. All right, I'm gonna go over to Bon Wells.
Hi, this is my son Vincent. My name's Bonnie. We lived in Costa Rica for several years, which is funny because I keep seeing the Leon's family name pop up, and they were really good friends of ours and actually referred us to CPA. My son's not actually enrolled at the moment. We're really interested in doing it. He's been going to public school since we've been back in the States for a little while, and he kind of approached us a few weeks ago and was talking to us about changing up and being homeschooled. So we've been praying about it for a couple of weeks, and Kyle Leon sent us this information to be a part of this chat and just get more information and hopefully some more clarity on what we feel like God's having us do.
So, well, welcome. Really glad you guys are figuring things out. All right, Barry Fox.
Hi. My name is Barry. My son is starting, I guess, today. His name is Gabriel. He'll be in grade 7. And we decided to pull him out of his school because he's had a really challenging year with bullying and various other issues, and he's kind of had a rough go of it. So we decided to make a switch, come here, and we're very grateful for how the school is shaping up and how it looks, and I think it will be a good fit for him. And we are in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, very good.
Thank you.
All right, Shelby Moore.
Hello. Sorry, it's a bit hectic at my house. I actually had to step outside because my niece's birthday is today also. Yes, my name is Shelby Moore. My daughter is in kindergarten. We just started today. She was previously with another homeschooling curriculum, but actually came along with this with you guys from CPA, and I can already tell you just from her doing her first assignments today, she absolutely loves it, and I do too. We currently reside in Texas, so Dallas Fort Worth area, if anyone knows where that is. And I'm just really looking forward to the journey that we have. I'm super excited, and she is too. So we're really blessed to be able to find CPA. And it's nice to meet all you guys too.
Likewise. Glad you're here. All right, Christy Zalvala.
Yeah, that's perfect. Voila. So I'm Christy, this is Tito, and our daughter Natalia is starting 7th grade, second semester here. So we're very excited about this program, and when I found it online, I thought it would be a great fit for her. So we are in Costa Rica, as you may have noticed, Costa Rica strong over here. So any other fellow Costa Ricans, we would love to meet up with you all. But yeah, we're really excited to be here. It sounds like an amazing school.
Definitely. Glad you're here. All right. So again, I wish we had time to introduce everyone, but you will get to hear from a lot of people throughout the course of this evening. We're going to talk about clubs in a second. Mr. Beck, I want to go back to you and just kind of open up the floor. If there's anything that you want to say, address, the new parents that are here, please feel free to.
Yes, thank you. I did see there's a couple who joined by phone. And so I looked them up in the database, and I don't know if they wanted to share. It looks like one of them is the Deku family. I'm getting that right. And then the Cabrera family. So I don't know if either of you want to do an introduction as well before I do. We'll give them a minute. Sometimes it's not as easy by phone on Zoom.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, and then while we're waiting, I forgot to say the things I like to do. I love to play guitar. I love agriculture, believe it or not. I love hiking and the outdoors and traveling. And my most recent thing is I've started writing a fictional novel. So some people, a few select have laid eyes on the first half of it. So it's pretty fun. So.
May I ask what the novel is about? That's so interesting.
It's 15 minutes to explain. Well, I'll definitely follow up with you on it. So, okay. So yeah, I would just say a welcome to everyone. As you can see, our school is very friendly and open, and there's plenty of people to support you here. We have the Parent Ambassador Committee, we have the Student Leadership Team. There's students that are going to partner up with new the veteran students are going to partner up with the new students to help them. And the first week is always a little bit rough, so don't worry. That's why it's a little bit lighter too on the workload, and it's just part of the adjustment period. A couple of things I would recommend, maybe you're going to do this already, but make sure you look at the calendar and see there's live support every day. So there's classrooms, and you have your teacher, your primary teacher, but you also have everyone else available. So if you want to crash someone else's workshop, please feel free to do so, especially if you need help with something and it's urgent. So yeah, that's about it. I'll turn it back to you, Marlon.
Wonderful. Thank you. So we're going to have one of our student leaders come and talk about the clubs. So Carter, the floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you. So I'm the club representative here at Calvary Prep. I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about how important our clubs are here on campus. So clubs are a very vital part of our community here at CPA. All the kids interact through them. They're very fun. We have clubs such as cooking club, photography club, art club, chess club. The list keeps going on and on. There's lots of resources you can learn in these clubs. Like cooking club, we go step by step through recipes, and we really teach kids how to work in the kitchen and how to use their hands. So it's very fun. We also do a little bit of a gardening unit at the end in a couple months, but we'll stop talking about cooking club now. So if you guys would be interested, definitely check out the club guide. We have one. It is very user friendly. You can go on there, view all of our clubs. It should be somewhere on the DD in our Calvary Prep schoolwork site. It's super easy, and you can see all the clubs listed there. But they are just really fun, and they are a very important part of our community. Like anybody can join them. Like they're very extracurricular. They meet once a week or maybe twice a week. A lot of clubs differ on times and different things throughout the week. So yeah, make sure to check that club guide. I'll put a link in the chat box. So you can go on there and check out if you guys will not want to.
And there's also a link in their agenda too, Carter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, there's also a link in the agenda. If you see right next to student clubs and then my name, just press that student clubs and you could also go there.
Awesome. Thank you, Carter. I'm going to just quickly, in case maybe you didn't have a chance to open up the agenda and might be wondering, hey, where are we going with everything tonight? So we're going to talk mainly about tapping into the CPA community right here. So Carter just introduced the clubs to you. And William, you're going to kick things off talking about the ASB.
Right. So the ASB stands for the Associated Student Body, which is the leadership team, the yearbook team, and the tech team, which creates videos and content for daily discussion. And what we do is that we basically, I think the best way to describe us is that we're the cheerleaders of the school community, and we try to support clubs and people and as we go. And we're actually the ones who started the Welcome Buddy Committee, which is Carter, Abigail, and Mariah, who are going to be leading the Welcome Buddies, and we're really excited for that.
Definitely so. William, I think you're up again talking about in-person graduation.
Yes, so in-person graduation is going to be a huge event this year. We're planning to have an in-person graduation as we do yearly, but we couldn't do it I think 2 years ago because of COVID. But we're really glad to be back, and we're hoping that you can come in to join in, even if you're not a senior, for the senior graduation. It's a really big part of the school because we get to actually meet in person in California, and it's actually going to be the first time I'm going to talk to Mrs. White in person after 5 years of talking to her over Zoom and Adobe Connect. So, you know, personally, that's a very exciting thing for me, and I'm sure that other students are really looking forward to it as well.
Definitely. Thank you. So I know there are obviously students on this call. So students, can we get a thumbs up from those of you guys who feel like here at CPA, we do a good job of keeping you involved with one another and creating that student community? Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you can hear us talk about it, but I think you can see the reactions from the students themselves. Like, it really, school does a fantastic job. And the students do a great job of keeping in touch and having those avenues of communication and community. So, Kim, school news.
Very exciting. For those of you that don't know, my name's Kim Beck. I'm married to our fearless leader, Jarrett, or Mr. Beck, I should say. And I handle all the communication, social media, things like that here at the school. Also help out with any troubleshooting. If you guys just have questions in general or anything like that, feel free to email me. My email's on the agenda as well. Just wanted to briefly go over some ways that you guys can stay connected and informed here. We have our CPA website, which we are currently in the process of updating. We're going to be unveiling our new website, new and improved. It's going to look a little bit more updated. We've had the same website now for about 10 years. So we're excited to get that updated and looking a little bit more modern. That should be coming within the month, we hope. So I'm working hard on that right now. But the current website is chock full of information. It's basically, our new website's going to have all that exact same information, just a new look and feel. But if you have any questions in general, calvaryonlineschool.com is great. It's a great resource, and there's all kinds of resources there under the students links for high school and middle school. And the second way that you can really stay informed is reading our weekly Calvary Prep notes. They go out every Sunday afternoon, and it will just give you like a brief synopsis, a one-stop shop of what all is happening at CPA for this week. And it will also list at the bottom upcoming events for the next 2 months, just kind of like a screenshot of what's coming down the road. So it's a really great resource for you guys. I would recommend, if you have Gmail, to try to keep us out of your promotionals or your spam folder. Gmail calls it promotions folder. If you just take one of our emails from info@calvaryonlineschool.com and drag it into your inbox, that will get us front and center in your actual primary inbox. And if you have just a regular email, not Gmail, if you could just add us to your contacts, that will help to keep us out of your spam. But I would just recommend all you parents and students to just take a look at the Calvary Prep notes. The kids, and we'll go over a daily discussion forum coming up here, but the kids will generally get most of their information from the daily discussion forum. But Calvary Prep notes is more for you parents. So take a look at that. And also on that is our weekly announcement video, which our amazing tech team, which is student led, they produce a news, it's like 5 minutes, like a little news hour, not hour, but 5 minutes to kind of give a brief synopsis of what's coming up. And it is always fun to watch. These kids are so creative. So I really encourage you to take a look at that. And that leads me to our social media. I post all of the kids' videos that they put together, our tech team, they get posted on our social media pages. So we have an Instagram page, we have Facebook, and we have YouTube. So every week, those weekly announcements get posted there. and any other events that we have talent show. We'll be talking about this coming up too. We have symposiums, we have all kinds of group activities that happen, and we record those and we post those on YouTube. So our graduations are on there as well. If you want to check out our graduations that we've had in the past to kind of see, to get a feel for what those are like. They're an amazing time where we actually get to meet and greet each other if we haven't before. And it's just such a great time of community and fellowship. So even if you're not graduating this spring, we encourage you to come. That's going to be here in San Marcos, California on June 2nd. And that's pretty much it for me. If you want to start following us on social media, we would love that. The links to all our social media pages are not only on our website, but they are on the agenda tonight. So you can just click on that and please follow us. We'd love to have you keep up in that way. So hit me up if you have any questions. My email's on the agenda as well. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim. So yeah, parents, that one was for you. There are a lot of different avenues to stay connected here at the school. I'm a huge fan of the prep notes that come out each week and really give you a concise summarization of just what's going on. So please, 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 if you have trouble or they're not getting to you, please reach out to Kim, and she's great at helping you walk through things. So you were going to be hit with a lot of acronyms. Whenever you come into something new, every system has its own variations of things. And so we're going to talk about PAC right now. So Chris, you can help them understand what PAC is.
So true. It's so true. Every time you go somewhere new, there's a new acronym. So the PAC is the Parent Ambassador Committee. The best way to explain it is the PTA. It's kind of like the Parent Teacher Association, but we have a couple teachers in there and then mostly parents. And we exist really to edify each other, but also just kind of serve to support the community, support the school and the community around there. So we have different groups in which you can serve, and we'd love to have you. We meet once a month on Thursday mornings, first Thursday of every month, and it's a great time. Some of those people are in here tonight, and they've really become good friends of mine, which is just awesome. I love that out of it. If you want to sign up, the link is there in the agenda. So you just fill that out, or you can just send me a direct message right now and I'll write down your email address and send you the invite for the next one. We also have started recently a Facebook page and Instagram page for the parents of CPA. So the school has one. You just heard Kim talk about that, but we have one for parents. And the reason we did this is because sometimes it's just easier to shoot off a quick message in a Facebook group. Like, how do I get rid of the A classes now that we're in second semester for my kids' view? Like, how can I do that real quick? Or, you know, my kid really struggled on 7th grade science. Did you have the same situation this week? And it's really, really good. And we're hoping that we can help each other with questions that maybe we just don't want to bring up with the teacher in that. Those are the two things, Marlon, from my end. And then Monica's on here too. Monica is in the PAC team as well. She does a great job with a lot of different things that we're doing. And she's going to tell you about the next meeting we have coming up. So our meetings with Parent Gathering are open to everybody.
So the Parent Gathering, the next one is March 14th. It's at 5:30 Pacific time. And we will be talking about intentional parenting. There's a link to the website in the agenda. There's some really good stuff in here. My kids are grown or almost grown, but I really got a lot out of it when I was looking through it and reading what they have. So we would really encourage you to be a part of that. It's another chance for us to connect and get to know each other better and to encourage each other in this homeschooling or learning journey that we're on. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Awesome. Yeah, please, if you are available. And I know sometimes if you're familiar with like traditional PTAs, it's like, oh man, I don't have the time. Hey, if you even just have a few minutes and want to stop by and say hello, or just whatever you can do, whatever you can give, we'd love to have you join us. So
yeah, and I just put in the chat, Marlon, if anybody wants to put their email address in there, that's fine, or you can fill out the link too. That's fine, either way.
Perfect. Thanks, Chris. All right, Lori, I think we are moving on to learning systems.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Lori White. I'm a teacher here. I also have been here, I think, 10 years. Jamie was here before me, so I just say whatever she says, I say, yeah, about that. Anyway, one of the biggest questions that parents ask is how can I check on my students' progress and how they're doing in their grades? So I'm going to give you the fastest flyby, but don't panic because today I made a video for you. It's linked there that you can watch later. So let me just share my screen. The biggest thing to know is here at CPA, we have two places that we house our grades. If we've created a custom course, then the grades are housed in our CPA page site. So for example, all of our Bible courses are custom created here. And so the grades are going to be housed here. But any of our core classes and some of our electives, we use an additional site called Apex. And so the grades are actually housed in Apex. So let me show you how to find those. When you open the class, on the left, there's a grades tab. When you click that, your student will show up and all the assignments that are graded will be listed. And then you'll see what they were valued and the percentage, and the course percentage should be at the top. So you only need to check that on the courses that are custom. There we go. Okay, so let me go over to this. This is one of our core classes. The sections look about the same, and you can click on those and it'll automatically launch their Apex. Let me sign in. And so this is the dashboard of Apex, what the student will see. They can log into their class here, and you can do that also with their login. Or if you click on their percentage that shows how they're doing, it will give you a layout of everything the student has been graded for so far. Some of it's going to be generated by the curriculum itself, and some's going to be generated from the teacher. So you can see here, this was a custom assignment. So it's waiting for the teacher to grade that assignment and enter the grade. Whereas this practice was also a written assignment, and the student has already been given a grade by their teacher. And then a quiz would be generated by the system. However, this quiz was adjusted by the teacher, but it should give them that immediate feedback when they finish the quiz and what their score is. So your teachers can also share this with you and show you around. Please don't hesitate to ask. We love when parents want to partner with our students and make sure that they're staying on track during the week. Now, the second thing that people ask all the time is, how do I organize all this? How do I pace out what I'm supposed to do during the week and just manage that? So let me give you a flyby. I also made a video for you that you can follow up with. Let's take a look at this student again. Hang on, let me move this out of the way so I can find myself. Okay, so here's the dashboard of their homepage for the CPA. Typically, a student has 5 or 6 classes, and trying to figure out how to manage that can be a little bit confusing. So the pacing goes like this. There's 18 sections in every class. That should be stretched over an 18-week semester unless they're a part-time student and they're taking that course in a 9-week period. Then they're going to be doing 2 sections a day rather than, 2 sections a week rather than 1 section a week if it's paced out at 18. Or they could be doing like our summer school students do in 4 weeks, and then it's 1 section for every day. So you need to check with your teacher on what pacing you're on, but my assumption is everyone that I see here is mostly full-time, which means they'll be just doing 1 section per week in each class. So you'll notice not all sections are alike. The first section is usually pretty short, getting the student getting their feet wet. Then the second section is a more typical load. Mostly there's 10 to 15 assignments within a week, but not all weeks are equal. If there's a writing assignment, it could take a much longer period of time than if there's no writing assignments. So it's really important that you preview what your work is for the week, get an idea, and then strategize on your best plan. So most students, what they'll do is they'll do 3 or 4 assignments a day in each class, landing them on Friday, being done. And that way they've been exposed to each class each day. The average you should be spending on a class is 45 minutes to an hour on that class. Some students will do all 1 class in 1 week. In 1 day. So they'll do all their algebra one day and do all the assignment links, and then they'll move on to biology. This works for some of your courses, but not recommended for Spanish. I'm sure Mrs. Arriaga will agree with that. And it's also really not great for algebra that you should be reviewing on a regular basis, any of your math courses. So I don't recommend that either as a teacher, but a lot of our students find that they prefer to work that way. That's the nice thing about Calvary Prep, is that we're flexible here, and the students can figure out what their best plan for working is. The final way that I'll show you on the video, but not here in this meeting, is you can do a work plan and have the students organize their work on a separate document. Some kids write it out, some kids type it out, but if you watch the video, it's got a little bit of an overview, and I believe there's going to be a video on our website also that shows how to make a work plan if that's something you feel your son or daughter needs to do. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Back to you, Marlon. Oops, you're muted.
There we go. Sorry about that. Mr. Kyle, another acronym. Can you explain the DD for us?
Thank you, Marlon. Yes, the DD is, sorry guys, I've taken some notes, please just forgive me. I like to be organized with these. But the DD really is the place where the students really get to, it's basically our attendance register for the school for full-time students. So full-time students are required to log into the daily discussion each day and to respond to the daily prompt that is uploaded at midnight Pacific time, where they are then required to respond to that prompt every day. So the prompt is obviously new. It's not the same prompt every day. Obviously, there's an amazing content that Mrs. White worked so hard to deliver, and it's really, really wonderful. The kids get to interact there with other students. If they want to, if they wish, they don't have to. It can be a very short response. It can be a very detailed response. But it's really our way as a school to make sure that the full-time students are accessing the daily discussion and having access to the school every single day to kind of show that they are alive, well, active, and that they are partaking in the school life and the environment. That's the first thing. I think the second thing as well is also very important, in that the daily discussion is a way in which the school communicates the important dates, important clubs for the day, because the calendar is kind of linked right next to it. So it reminds the students of any important clubs that might be happening on that specific day. It also reminds the students of any workshops that may be happening on that specific day. So it really is a place, a live platform where kids and students can come on and see what is happening that day that's important. And then also for them to respond, obviously, to the prompt that is there. It might be a song one day that they're required to listen to, an uplifting song with lyrics. They might be asked to reply to what they feel on the lyrics of the song. And it might be another time where it might be just a very short prompt, where they're asked to write something about their weekend, or where they're asked to write one of their favorite things in life, or something like that. But it's just a very, very good and positive way to get the day started. I'm in charge and responsible then to go through all of those posts to make sure that all the full-time students are posting on there. And that information is then collected at the end of the week and posted to the full-time staff, that we can keep a hands-on check as well of the students that are actively taking part in the life of Calvary and which students are not. And it's really not a kind of blacklist system at all. It really is a healthy thing for the students to be involved every day. You know, it's really where kids get an opportunity to meet other students at the school. And it's a very, very healthy thing. So it's really not to say, okay, well, who didn't post this week or who didn't post today? Let's go. And it's really nothing like that. It's really to encourage the students to really take part in the life of Calvary. You know, that little daily discussion is a very important aspect of the school that reminds kids and shows kids what's happening all the time at the school. So it really is our way of keeping our finger on the pulse in the school. So that is the daily discussion. Just importantly, it closes every night at Pacific Standard Time. That's 12 p.m. So kids have right up until the end of the day, literally, to post and to make a post if they are full-time students. That's the daily discussion. And the second little aspect I wanted to share about tonight, which Mrs. Beck asked me to share about, is just my role at the school, which is a two-part role, if you want to call it. Number one, obviously, as a teacher at the school, a qualified teacher teaching here at CPA. But the other part, which I wanted to share about very briefly, and I will also put a link up on the chat, is my role as a pastor at the school as well. I think one of the things that's very close to the heart of Calvary, aside from academics, of course, is the well-being of your children. And I, in 2011, completed just under 4 years of biblical and practical ministry training. I've been involved in the leadership in my church for over 15 years. And I also pastored a church with my wife in South Africa for 7 of those years. So it's really an amazing opportunity to really spend time with students that might be struggling from things as small as planning their time, right up to things that might be affecting them spiritually. And I really, really want to, being involved in public school before CPA, where I was involved all the time with 30, 40 kids in a classroom, there are just so many things I know that can bother students and bother kids that are so far removed from academics. And this is really an opportunity for students to take time, if they wish, with parents, and to book to get hold of me if there's a need or anything like that, where I can set aside hourly time. My hours are shared between academics and pastoral care, so I do have hours that are invested specifically for pastoral care. And it's really an opportunity for students and parents to just have access to that type of help and counseling. So I really wanted to open that up to you as well. I am going to put a link just on the chat group that Mrs. Beck so kindly sent me, that I will put on the chat, that you can access the letter that I sent to the parents at CPA earlier this year, or last year, can you believe it? That you can have a look at that and access my email address and contact me should you need it at any stage. So I just wanted to share that with you as well.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Mr. Kyle. Anybody else just want him to keep talking, or like maybe start just to read the Bible to you before you go to bed at night?
No, Marlon, please, let's move on, man.
Yeah, we have the Bible club tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Mr. Beck's going to be presenting all of there. Yeah.
And Mr. Kyle's quite the cheeky fellow. I learned that term, by the way, from him.
Yeah.
He's teaching me English.
Yeah, no, the other way around, Jared.
It's a learning process together.
All right, Carol Robinson, I think you're going to talk to us about the Google Drive.
I'm gonna take that over.
Yes, Lori, go for it.
Environment where she's got a lot of background noise. So Google Drive is something we like to just bring up to you new families. If your son or daughter does not have a Gmail, then they're going to have some difficulty with sharing our Google documents. It is not mandatory. We have ways around, and all the teachers are very clever and very tech savvy, and we can make just about anything work. But it sure does help if your son or daughter has a Gmail account, and with that, they open up a Google Drive account. The welcome buddies that they've been assigned to, I don't know if you've connected yet, But all those kids are super savvy. If that's a new platform that you're not used to using, they can help. All the teachers can help. Office hours, we can help. But once they have that Google Drive, we can get them organized, and sharing our documents together is really wonderful. But also we communicate through Google Calendars. It's a constant message center where we are informing each other. And because Google will automatically adjust the time zones for your area, it really helps when there's a group getting together, especially if you're involved in a club or a team. Google Calendar is essential for everybody to land at the same place at the same time. So anyway, we just recommend that you take care of that if you can. And then I'm going to pass it over to Kelly Camerano to talk about Zoom.
Woohoo! Okay, so I'm touching on Zoom tonight. It's very user friendly for all platforms, whether you're using a Mac, PC, or a Chromebook. We tend to like students not to use an iPad, but they can use one as a backup device. Zoom has been very reliable for us. This is my second year here at CPA. I'm no longer the rookie. Thank you, Pastor Clint. Anyway, the teachers will schedule a day and a time and share the link with them. And as Lori said, the Google Drive calendar is great because they can have their link right in there and it's super easy to find. For best functionality, we recommend that all students download the app instead of just using it on their browser. And so Zoom is, it's a great technology. We use a lot of tools. We can annotate their screens. We can use whiteboards. And of course, it's popular now that many students have been online. So teachers can share their screens and students can share theirs to present their work as well. So it's a great part of our meeting is being able to share between us. So that's it on Zoom.
Awesome. Thank you. Let me check to see. Okay. Oh, Jamie Russell. So if we're lost and we need help, please help us find a way.
Okay. There are a lot of ways to get help. I would say that, as it says, the frontline your teacher there. You can email your teacher. I always tell my students, do not wait a whole week to ask your questions. Please email me your questions throughout the week or try to get help elsewhere. There's no need to wait a whole week to ask how to answer a question on an assignment or try to find something. Teachers typically respond to emails within 24 hours. So that's the fastest way, I think. And then there's some other things on the list. There's the orientation. All students, if you're new, you'll do the orientation, and that should answer a lot of your questions. And it remains on your dashboard, so you can always go back and reference it. And let me go ahead and share my screen. There we go. So it should be over here. My dashboard looks a little bit different, but your orientation's here and it's organized. So if you have like a quick question about Apex or internet safety or whatever, you can go here and reference that really quickly. And then what else I would recommend is, some of the teachers already commented on this, is visiting office hours of other teachers. If your teacher is in a meeting or something and can't help you, you can go to the calendar that's here, and all of the different things that are happening are listed for that day. So today is the 17th, and I like to click on the date. So you can click on the 17th, and then all of them, everything that's going on that day is listed. So there's a Spanish workshop, writing club, English tutoring with Mr. Kyle. And so all of them will have the times. And I think it defaults to Pacific Standard Time. And then they have the Zoom link for where you can go. So you can email the teacher and let them know you're coming, or you can just pop on in to their Zoom link that is there. And they don't have to be your teacher. I had a student come today that was just having an issue with the audio in Apex. I've never met the student before. They popped into my Zoom classroom. I was able to quickly show them and it worked. They were off and ready to go. So that's nice. So there's office hours. Almost every teacher has office hours. If they have specific questions, there's about math. There's math workshops. There's one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I host 2 of them. So I'm Mrs. Russell. And then Mrs. Fankhauser and Mrs. Painter host a math workshop as well. We have science workshops, English workshops, Spanish workshops. So those are some specific ways to get help. Let's see what else. And then I think
I'm sorry, can I interrupt for just a second? You can set your calendar or your whole profile system to your time zone by going to the student profile and then just fish around in there. You'll find it. You can set it to your time zone. So when your student clicks on one of these, it actually shows it for his time, not our time over here. And there's a video that's going to be loaded onto our website that I just gave to Mrs. Beck that will be on the website that shows you how to do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I've done that yet. I'm still in California time. But yeah, it's under profile. I remember seeing it under edit your profile, your little picture up there. Perfect. Thanks for that reminder. And then let's see what else for help. There's some videos here on our website. There's a link right here with some videos. I think that's about it. Oh, I was going to mention chatting. Okay.
The video I just mentioned. Sorry, Jamie. That's okay. That link right there is where you're going to find all the videos, all the little how-to videos that we have.
Okay. Right here. I'll open it. There we go, on our Calvary webpage. Cool. And then I was going to mention that you can always ask other students that have been here for help.
Sorry, let me interrupt really quick, Jamie. It's not on our website yet. We are in the process of making a whole resources page that'll be on our new website. But if you look in the chat, if you go to our YouTube page, there's a playlist. It's called our How-To Corner. And specifically, I posted a link to the playlist. And then this latest link right here is specifically for the time zone situation.
Oh, this one right here. Okay.
And we also have a student resources page coming out too. We're putting all kinds of resources arranged by category. So that's getting rolled out this semester, just doing some of the final edits on it. So that should be exciting. Everything for college and career and how-to videos, all kinds of resources.
Yeah, lots of help out there.
Marlon,
please,
I'm so sorry. I don't know how this didn't make the agenda, but they're the ones who kind of came up with this whole idea to have a welcome open house, and that is our welcome buddies. And they are here with us today. There are students, there are approximately 20 new students starting, and there are approximately 15 welcome buddies that have been assigned to individual students. So if you're new here, you have a welcome buddy that's already been assigned that has probably already reached out to your son or daughter to connect, and they are an invaluable resource. So there is a link. Did we include that link on there? Oh, it didn't, it got left off. Okay, I'll put a link in the chat box on everything that a welcome buddy can help your son or daughter with, whether it's problems in their courses, problems with Google Drive, how to connect up. If they're shy to attend a club meeting, they can go with them. There's all kinds of things that these students are here to do. So I see Audrey and William and Carter and Abby, and there's just all kinds of students in here. Kathleen's here. And some of you have already connected. So please don't be shy. They are so eager to help you have a great, excellent start.
Yeah, no, thank you, Lori. Hey, special thanks to you, Welcome Buddies, guys. You guys are phenomenal. We appreciate you donating your time, and hey, use them, right? Please connect with them and use them. They will be a wealth of resource for you. All right, but do you have any questions? I know that we've thrown a lot at you this evening, and there's still going to be a lot of processing to do. But we want to make sure that if there's still a question out there that was unanswered or something you were wondering, the floor really is yours. So please, if you want, you can raise your physical hand, or use the emotions to raise a hand, and we'll take any questions you have. And you can also use the chat too, if that's easier for you. Please feel free to throw a question there in the chat. My favorite ice cream is chocolate chip cookie dough, if you're wondering.
Marlon, I asked the Pennsylvania people whether they are a Pat's or a Geno's. So if you've ever been in the city of Philadelphia, you have to choose sides for cheesesteak places. And the only people that answered said Geno's, and I think one guy said neither. So I'm kind of hurt right now, because I'm definitely a Pat's. Like, I will always be a Pat's. So
I only went to Geno's the one time I was there. So I'm sorry. Questions, food-related questions are fine too.
Someone agrees with you. Monica agrees with you. Chocolate chip ice cream. Chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream.
Okay. Well, hey, if not, we definitely want to respect your time as well. I know it's getting up in the evening here on the West Coast. I can't even imagine what it's like for the time zone that you might be in.
It's my bedtime.
Was this recorded? I have someone asking.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll make that available via what platform, Lori? How can they access this?
Kim just said she'll post it on YouTube.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, hey, thank you seriously so much for being here. Mr. Beck, is there anything that you would like to say to kind of close things out? And then I'll
thank you, everyone. Wow, what an incredible! I love our team. If I did it, it'd be incredibly boring, and it's just so cool to have so many talents that God uses. And so you can see not only our staff, the parents, the students, and also our board members. I was traveling with two of our board members in Israel, and we were going to different schools and hospitals. And so I'm actually going to be doing like a little Zoom talking about that. So if you're interested, I'll be sending out like a sign up, but we have incredible board members as well. So it's a real blessing, and hopefully you get to know them. But yeah, that's all. Thank you so much, everyone.
Awesome. Hey, I'll kind of throw this out there. I know to start things off, this can seem very overwhelming. School has a lot of avenues that you can have help, but it can still seem very overwhelming. But hey, take it in stride. Like you'll get into a rhythm. And again, there are plenty of avenues for help out there. So we appreciate you coming, and let me pray for your evening. Father, thank you so much for this time. We thank you so much for this school. Each person here has come here for a different reason. But we are also thankful that you brought us here. And for those still checking the school out, Lord, I pray that you would meet them in the particular situation that they're in and why they've come here to check things out. But we just give you praise for your sovereignty. We give you praise for your goodness, Lord. We ask that you continue to have your hand upon CPA, Lord, that you would bless it. We pray for every staff member and every teacher, or just overwhelm them with your goodness and grace. We pray for every new family here, God. We give you praise and thanks for them. We ask that just their experience here at CPA would go above and beyond what they can possibly hope for or think. Lord, not just this year, but in the years to come, however long they're participating in the school. So thank you for this time. Again, if there are still questions out there, things that people are uncertain about, Lord, I pray that you would just direct them to the right person. So pray all these things in Jesus' name.